How we doing? Let's start this off with a question. Have you ever heard of Aputure? No, silly, not the light sphincter on your camera lens. I'm talking about the company. Fun fact, I went to LA 3 years ago and slept in a bungalow by myself and met Ted from Aputure at Cinegear. Pretty cool, we're kind of friends. Thanks, Ted. Since NAB is not happening in person this year, Aputure, through the power of the internet, has announced a line of new products. We're talking the brand new Aputure 60D and 60X. We got updates on the 600D, the big boy, big horse of a light. Pricing and availability on the Nova panel. See you later, super expensive airy sky panel. Get out of here. And they announced a cinema smart bulb. We're gonna get into all that and more, but let's start with the 60D and the 60X. These bad boys are made out of aircraft aluminum, so you could probably use these as a headlight on a fighter jet. They're 4 times the brightness of those little mini 20Ds, so we're getting quality in a little package that's about half the size of the 120D Mark II. This key light right here, see, watch. See, this is why you need an Aputure. Lights up your life. You can turn this light on with wall power, Sony batteries, V-mount batteries. They're giving you all sorts of options here, but not AA. I asked Ted and
Zach knows everything about lights.
There's also some new adapters and mounts for this little 60D. They got little barn doors, and they also have a Bowens mount adapter. So if you're using one of the lanterns or the mini dome or the big light dome, you can still use those light modifiers on the 60D, which is super cool. They're not making you invest in more light modifiers. This light will be released from the wild in the summer. There's no official pricing yet, but Aputure stuff is generally really affordable. And the 60X is basically the same thing, but bicolor and has less output. You can change the color temperature, get the warm or that cool blue, super sick summer blue with Jessica Alba in that one blue movie. I can't remember the title of it. The 120D Mark II, this beautiful boy up here, is my current favorite light. I just love that you can use these in so many different settings because of the various light modifiers. And it seems like the 60D is gonna be possibly the perfect light for entry-level YouTubers and filmmakers. It'll probably be very affordable, and you can get that same really nice quality light in a smaller package if you're filming in tight spaces. Next topic! When it comes to Ds, I think Aputure has the most of them. And they're now coming out with the 600D. That's the largest amount of Ds I've seen within a room for sure, and definitely the most I've seen in a light fixture. So the 600D, the big beefy Buford of a light, is making its appearance this summer. No pricing yet, but we do know it's gonna hit the market like a frickin' bull on a clown. And apparently it's got similar output to, say, a 5K tungsten or a 1.2K HMI. And do I know what that means? No, I'm reading notes. But if you know what it means, then that was relevant to you. Subscribe. It also has a Bowens mount, which is nice, so you can use the same light modifiers from the 120D, 60D, the 300D. You're getting the hugest barn doors you've ever seen. And for a second, we just gotta talk about how in Cinema 5D's article about the 600D, they actually said these words about the barn doors. I quote, "These connect directly to the bare bulb, meaning you get a harder shaft of light to control." Use a thesaurus. This 600DZ has got the biggest battery pack you've ever seen in your whole life, and it's actually a smaller version from the Proto, but it does charge your V-mount batteries when you're not using the light, and you can put the 600D in a remote location, slap your 4 V-mounts on that charger, you can light it up anywhere, dude. You're basically taking a moon around with you. Let's move on to the Aputure Nova panel. So basically the Nova is Aputure's version of the airy sky panel, but way more affordable. I really believe in Aputure. I don't have a ton of experience with a lot of different lights. I have used a sky panel on multiple occasions. I'm stoked about this Aputure Nova panel. I think it's gonna be great, and hopefully just kicks the prices of Airy's dumb panels down. And when you unhinge the yoke on the sky panel and twist it, very squeaky. Maybe that's just the one I used. The Nova will be available to pre-order on May 27th. It's $16.99 for just the light itself, or if you want to impress your grandma and roll it up to her house, it's $18.99 and you get a roller case. Ted said that it was used on some Disney and Netflix shows, so I guess that means it's good. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see when it comes out. Zach, I'm so tired of talking about lights. Shut up. I'm so tired of just big lights and D's everywhere. Can we just move on to something else? Yes. Well, now we know that Aputure is making a cinema smart bulb. We don't know pricing yet, but we do have some details thanks to good old Ted. And I'm actually very stoked about cinema smart bulbs becoming a thing. I like to use smart bulbs in the background of my videos and just around my house, but they always cause flickering in my videos. Get the flick out of here, you cheap ass Best Buy bulb. We know that Aputure's bulb has a Kelvin range of 2,000 to 10,000, and it's got RGB functionality. But wait, there's another company that's making a cinema smart bulb and bringing competition to the market, so we're gonna see even better products in the future? Enter Astera. Have you heard of these guys? They make really dope tube lights like the Titans, the AX1s, the Helios, the Monstrosities. I don't know what they're actually called, but they have an 8-footer. Big boy. Oh look, there's a review of some Astera tubes. I would totally watch that after I watched this video, but that's just me. Subscribe. And what is quite dope about this Astera bulb is it's gonna be RGB, 14 watts of power, which is twice as much as the Aputure bulb, a CRI and TLCI of 96-ish. It works with the Astera app, so you can hook it up with all your other Astera light tubes and make everything sync up and do wild party stuff. And you can power it through a lamp socket or their optional airline tracks or their power bank thing. But I do think the Aputure one will probably be more affordable for us budget-friendly filmmakers. I can't wait to buy both, stick them in my eye sockets, and see if my brain has enough juice to power those babies. See ya. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would like to give a shout out to my patrons. All the people on the screen support me every single month, and you're literally putting food on the table for me and my son and my daughter. So I just want to shout out 2 of my top tier patrons, those who pay $9 or more. Isn't that crazy, dude? So shout out to Nehemiah Peterson and Kellen Gillespie. You guys are amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.